West Ham United 3, Luton Town 1. Luton Town have been relegated along with Sheffield United and Burnley. I know it's possible to sort of catch Nottingham Forest up on points, but their goal difference, Luton Town, is way beyond anything that they'll be able to score to stay up. So Luton have been relegated, Sheffield United relegated, and Burnley relegated as well. It did look like Luton at some point was going to ruin the party when they went 1-0 up in the first 5 minutes, and we're just all standing there thinking, here we go, typical West Ham, in order to see the last game for at home for David Moyes as a defeat. But, you know, we turned up in the second half and we actually played really, really well. We did exceptionally well, you know, we went at them and we deserved the goals that we scored. And wonderful to see George Earthy coming on within minutes to actually get his goal. Fantastic. David Moyes gave us a glimpse of the future with George Earthy and Caelan Casey coming on, our centre back. But then you've got to ask yourself, you know, if they were that good when we were really struggling throughout the season and needing players and we had loads of injuries, etc., why not have given them a chance? You know, what harm would it have been, you know, if Moyes considered them decent enough? What harm would it have been to actually have them as backup? But that didn't, you know, we asked ourselves the question. Last game at home, you know, Earthy and Casey coming on, was Moyes making a statement? I don't know, a statement of what there could be in the future? Who knows? Look, last home game of the season, at least we've finished with a win, a really decent second half performance. And you've got to start looking at now, thinking ahead, moving forward, and you've got to start looking at the players that played. And you could see Ogbonna, he's gone. It's been a fantastic servant for West Ham United, but you could see Ogbonna's gone. I think he gave a couple of players who are also likely to be leaving in the summer a run out. Aaron Creswell, as well as Danny Ings, was given a run out, so you could see that they're likely to be gone. Strange starting lineup. He dropped Alvarez, didn't even bring him on as a sub, and it was a bit of a statement from Moyes, wasn't it? Well, a statement I don't think many of us would have agreed with, but he kind of like, as if he was rubbing Alvarez's nose in it. Apparently last week against Chelsea he blamed Alvarez, or certainly pointed at that position in the pitch for our 3 goals, and, you know, strangely enough seemed to suggest that we played better in the second half. Why? Because we conceded 2 goals rather than 3 that we did in the first half. But anyway, he made his statement. He didn't play Alvarez, but I don't think that will bother Alvarez, because I think Alvarez will be a player that we will keep come the end of, you know, for next season. But the star of the game today was clearly Kudus. He played centrally today with Paqueta out on the left, and Kudus ran the show. Then he went out on the right and just played equally as well. He is the player that Julen Lopetegui is going to have to build around next season. There will be other clubs sniffing around for the likes of Bowen, Alvarez and Kudus, but as far as I'm concerned, they're going to be our pivots next season, and we're going to have to keep them. Go out and build a new defence. We love Vladimir Coufal, but he's found wanting, allows players too much space, so we need a new right back. We absolutely need 2 centre backs. There's a suggestion maybe with Moyes going, maybe a Gerd might be given an opportunity to stay. Let's see. We know we've been hearing all season that he was going to go, and the Saudi money comes calling. So let's see what happens there. Dinos Mavropanos, you know, he had a bit of good run in the team, but he's got a mistake in him. So I can see us getting 2 central defenders in the summer. I can see us getting a new right back. And then I was speaking to Dan Craig during half time, and he said Kudus will play well in the 3 because, well, I've said before, Lopetegui likes 3 technically gifted central midfielders, and Dan said, well, he'll have Kudus on one side, Alvarez in the middle, and maybe if Paqueta stays, they could become our core midfield 3. Why not? you know, if we keep Paqueta next season. And then further up front, you know, Bowen will stay out on the right. And then with a new left-sided attacking player and a striker, we could have quite a formidable team next season, and playing in a 4-3-3 system, which would bode well. I think that would sort of speak volumes. But let's see what happens. This is all about today. It was all about the last game of the season. There were celebrations made. There were awards being given out. George Earthy got Young Player of Hammer of the Year, the Mark Noble Young Hammer of the Year award. Of course, Jared Bowen got Player of the Year, Supporters Club Player of the Year. He got Goal of the Season as well. No, he didn't. He got most goals scored. Kudus got Goal of the Season. Of course, that goal against Freiburg. And Alphonse Areola got Save of the Season, but they didn't tell us which one. But there you go. Look. One more game left. We're 9th in the league. We could, dependent on how games go our way, we could go up to, I think, still 7th. But that ain't going to happen, is it really? Chelsea have got something like 2 games in hand over us. Man United have got a game, I think, tomorrow against Arsenal. So we need an awful lot of games going our way to even remotely think about going further up. But that, of course, means we've got to beat Man City away from home. And depending on what happens in the league, you know, it's all for Man City need to continue driving forward in order to win the title this season. I think they won earlier today. Finishing 9th, if it is 9th or 8th or whatever, relatively okay season. But boy, oh boy, have we let ourselves down some of the games, you know, throughout the season where we could have maybe finished a lot higher. But anyway. There was a resistance from fans to sing "We Got Super David Moyes." There was a section of the fans in the Bobby Moore Lower that kind of tried to kick it off a couple of times, but it seems fans weren't having it. But he got applauded. He got a thank you from the fans. He was, you know, he went round, he sort of and clapped the fans. And in all honesty, fans were, you know, applauded him. Thought it was all going to go wrong though, because at half time when we were 1-0 down, the fans booed us, the players going off at half time, and I'm like, oh, please no. But it worked out okay. It worked out okay. David Moyes has said thank you to the home fans. End of an era, really. I feel he's a victim of his own success and is a victim of his own downfall in a way. He only had to tweak a few things, David Moyes, in order to probably get a longer term contract. He's such a stubborn man, you know, and he proved his stubbornness again today by dropping Alvarez and not even giving him play time. And it's that kind of thing that makes fans say, fair enough, his time has come. And he only had to tweak a few things in order to keep the fans on his side. But anyway, it's done. One more game to go against champions-elect Man City, and see what happens there. There's going to be a few shots of the goals and a little bit of the celebrations at the end straight after this video. Thank you all for watching. By the way, if you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything to become a subscriber. Do hit the like button, and there's a bell down there somewhere to let you know when the next show is on. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Big Antonio.